Okay, here's the second part of the Carenado SAAB V4.2 tutorial. Well, guide, not tutorial. It's very basic. Just about to depart Edinburgh, not Glasgow, Edinburgh. Frames are a little bit poor because of shadow play. 25, 30. Normally they're 30, 35. Anyway, here we go. I'm sure we're going to get some warnings on takeoff. Auto course low normally comes up, but so far so good. Taking off without flaps, I've heard that's how they do it in real life, so there we go. Taking off in heading mode. V1. Okay, up we go. Positive rate gear up. Just trim her up nicely to about 10 degrees. Oh, weather radar looks like it's working. Oh, there we go. Not bad. No idea if that's accurate or not, or is that terrain radar? I don't know. It looks cool. Okay, first waypoint coming up shortly, so I'll engage the autopilot. That's down here behind the seat. Nope, there. Go down for autopilot on. Nav mode. Vertical speed. Let's put her in 2000. No, that's too much. Let's go 1,800 feet per minute. See how that goes. Yeah, holding nicely here. 1,800 feet per minute. 1,800 feet per minute displayed here on the MD. Looking good. Let's get cleaned up so I can concentrate on the flying. Oh, I forgot the taxi light. Who cares? All looking good. Okay, so where are we now? Should be coming up on the first waypoint any moment. We've got AP on, we've got nav mode selected, we've got 5,000 feet as an example of a level off altitude. Would help if I have the altitude set. Oh no, there we go. Oh well, first mistake. Finding vertical speed there. So there you go, you see hit the first waypoint beautifully turning here. Bang on schedule. Very nice. Let's reset the vertical speed to, what do we say? Yeah, let's go 1,500 feet per minute. Let's not stress it. Okay, I'm still not sure on what to do with the pops and the props and the throttle. I normally bring them back to about 85% on the climb. The condition levers, there's no guide for it at the moment, I'm just guessing. Seems to be the best setting for me for not blowing the engines. You know what I'm talking about, Chris? Anyway, so you see it's hit the first waypoint very nicely. The problem is on this departure there's a few big turns. Looks like it's overshot the second waypoint. Let's go now. A good example of how to use the FMS. Let's go direct to TLA 32. So it's a bit like the dash here. We're going to select waypoint number 4. Enter. Direct to. There we go. Beautiful. See, this thing does actually do what you want it to do sometimes. And you can see here on both nav displays. Here's a little less clutter on this one here. We can see we're heading now magenta line to TLA 32. We'll be here. I still haven't worked out the declutter on this thing yet, but we're getting there. Let's turn this weather radar off so we can see what we're doing. Off. There we go. Let's see if that's still on. There you go. I haven't played around with that enough at the moment. Anyway, so you can see it's a Carenado, but it actually works. Well, blow me over. We've leveled off at 5,000 feet. We're following the nav. Autopilot engaged, nav engaged, altitude engaged, and the thing is doing what we want it to do. Right, all the way up now to our flight level 2, I think 230 we said. I'm going to right click to get this to thousands increments. get where you want to go faster. Let's hit it vertical speed. On the moment it's indicating vertical speed 0. I'm going to climb for the moment at, let's go 1200 feet per minute. I'll reduce that down as we get a little bit higher so we can keep some nice speed up. Let's reset the heading bug. There we go, all the way around to, where are we here? Come on, where are you? There we go. I'll keep resetting that as we go. So there you go. Seems to be working fine. We saw tracked the nav on the departure really well. Overshot the first turn a bit. It's really tight. But it was finding the track again. But just to help it out, so we didn't go round in a figure of 8. Just went direct to the next waypoint, and that worked also perfectly. So it actually works. Do another direct. Let's go. Where are we? Let's go direct to Grice over here. This one here. Back down to the FMC. Direct to Grice is number 8. Stick in number 8. Select it. Enter. Activated. There we go. What do you know? It's behaving itself again. Very nice. Second display down here, very quickly, is basically a replica of this here, but it does also have the TCAS on here. And on another video I saw the guy said it didn't work, but when I zoom out here I do get returns. No info, no altitude or anything, but yeah, nice little feature. Basically nothing else works on this display here. We've got radar nav like before. We can adjust the zoom if we want to, or we can have TCAS. I don't think anything else works. No, nothing. But anyway, better than nothing. There you go. We can do now just very quickly is let's go our heading, sync our heading up to our current heading. To see it works perfectly fine in heading mode. I'll switch over there. Let's turn left to 320. Track it nicely. Go straight into the south. Did have the flaps down. Yeah, well, concentrating on the guide. Beautiful modelling as always. Straight on to our 320 heading. Perfect. Okay, let's click back on nav. Smooth she goes. Over to the right. Fantastic. I'm getting a little bit of overspeed there, by the way. Right on to it. So let's increase this climb to 2,000 feet a minute. Pull back the throttles a little bit. Not sure what's going on here with the speed dial. Oh well, there we go. There's a new one. Right. Okay, it does work. It's not perfect. Looks great. Performs great. Feels great. I like it. Many new routes open. Can't complain. I really can't. I really like it. Oh, by the way, yeah, one more last thing. The range for the display here is down here, of course, yeah, in the obvious place. So there we go. Zoom out 25 miles. Let's keep it on 50 miles. As you get zoomed out here, there's way too many waypoints. Haven't worked out how to declutter that yet. As usual, just click around until something happens that you want to happen and remember how to do it. Simple as that. Okay, very good. Thanks for watching. Distracted by the nice clouds. Okay, there you go. Thank you, and bye.